is Notsam Wrestling.
Introducing your host from New York, here is Sam Roberts.
All right. Well, without further ado, I want to introduce to you a very special host of this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, the host of Notsam Wrestling Podcast, Sam Roberts.
This is Notsam Wrestling.
Introducing your host from New York, here is Sam Roberts.
And of course, their opponents. Your opponent. You're on your own here. Ladies and gentlemen, the host of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, Brian Myers, Matt Cardona.
We are going to have the second annual Major Wrestling Figure Podcast Holiday Toy Drive.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful figure.
Thank you.
I do think the less fortunate kids would really appreciate
I think,
it.
yeah. Look.
What?
You donate that, Ludwig. We
If you
squash
donate
all
that,
this.
it's all over.
It's over.
Beef is gone.
Water under the bridge.
Samuel.
Yes, Hornswoggle the elf?
You can talk. You used to just go and stuff. What happened?
Stop. You hear that reaction? That's called a pop. I'll teach you someday, kid. But anyways, I'm back on your side now. Whoa. Sam, I got my sack.
He was nicer when he was a leprechaun.
I got my sack. It's time to donate.
Donate! 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 Donate!
Donate! Donate!
This is your chance.
Sam, fuck the kids, bro.
It was at this point I realized I could either be like him or I could be like him.
Do the right thing, Sam. Do the right thing.
What do you think?
Donate! 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 Donate!
It's donated! It's for the children!
Are you going to join us?
Good.
I am. I'm standing.
Somebody
up.
help Swoggle on this chair.
I'm good.
I'm not trying to blow my back out here on stage.
I'm good. Just Sam. Just
Well, I'll
host.
help you out.
I'm fucking
Try.
fine.
Sam,
I don't know what that was.
That was a great thing you did there. We really appreciate that. The kids will appreciate that. Toys for Tots will
Yeah.
appreciate it.
I feel lighter. I feel like a weight's finally been lifted.
Me too. I don't hate your face anymore, and I did. I really hated your
That
face.
is a beautiful beard you got there, Sam.
Oh, yours is nice too.
Oh, thank you so much.
And that
Sam.
color's natural, I can
Is
tell.
yours covered in
Yeah.
tanner like Zach?
Well, yeah, it does. It does feel good.
So,
It feels really good.
what the fuck do we do now?
Well, you know, it's interesting.
I'll take that chair.
Oh, sorry, we have a small chair.
Yep.
Oh, man.
There it is.
I don't know if this is gonna hold me.
Swoggle, you've become a pretty...
Shut the fuck up.
You got it.
No, Sam's on our side now.
Oh, sorry.
Relax.
Keep
relax.
talking. Sam.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Thank you. You've become a pretty big part of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. Amazingly, I can say it very easily now.
Yeah, right.
I know the name and everything. It does. The Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. You know, you're on the T-shirts.
Yep.
You know, are you a figure fan?
I am.
Oh.
I actually
Wait,
sold.
one second, guys. 1 second. He's on our T-shirt.
Yeah.
Do you know what the T-shirt is?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I know I was a big collector, so, you know, when I was growing up,
No.
you had to get the Sean Playgirl, right?
You did.
Of course you did.
Don't.
Hold on. The night I realized I fell in love with my girlfriend Chelsea, I had a little house party. It was called what was
An
it?
evening with the boys and Zack Ryder's toys.
Yeah. And the next day, I woke up to all these photos, and one of them was Hornswoggle naked, laying down HBK Playgirl style with the internet title covering his midget penis.
Midget's penis. There's a apostrophe S.
It's a midget penis, like a little small penis.
It's not what Chelsea saw that night.
Oh!
So, Swoggle, you did strip naked and pose with the the Internet Championship?
Yeah. What am I supposed to do at Broski's party?
Yeah. Well, now that you said that, you also patrolled the halls butt naked with only a proton pack.
He was guys. This son of a bitch.
What'd you use for the zapper?
Which Zach will correct me and say it's a real proton.
Real proton
It
pack.
is a real proton pack.
To shoot real ghosts.
It lights up, it plays the music, it's good for the kids.
Sweet, my 9-year-old has one too. He was so angry. He gets it. How dare you put on my fucking proton pack? You and your doo-doo chocolate fingers putting on my fucking proton pack. He was more upset over this than when his, hair treatment didn't work quite well.
Oh. That's
Oh,
not
hi, Sam.
That's
How are
not
you?
nice to my friend Matt.
Thank you, Sam.
Yeah, you got it. I got your back, dude. So, so if you as a collector, it seems like you don't have a tremendous amount of respect for other people's collections in the sense that you're walking around with doo-doo chocolate fingers, putting on proton packs.
Guys, this fucking doo-doo chocolate fingers has to stop. This is the worst thing. I listen. I support my best friends, and Zach. I support them. I listen every Friday morning and every week. Doo-doo chocolate fingers. Doo-doo chocolate fingers. Doo-doo chocolate. It drives me crazy so much so my son goes, Dad? You got doo-doo and chocolate on your fingers? He's ruining my life. He's forcing me to drink.
But he's not.
Now I feel bad. I stole that line from Eastbound and Down when the kids are on his jet ski and he says, "Get off here with your doo-doo and chocolate all over."
But you haven't
But it
yet
fits me
denied
pretty
that
good,
there was
so.
indeed doo-doo and chocolate on your fingers.
I'll never deny it.
Well, okay, good.
That'd make me a liar, Sam. I'm not a liar.
Good for you.
Thank
I
you.
bought a large lot of Jack's classic superstars from Hornswoggle, and that's the thing. I didn't trust him because I collect loose. I'm a loose guy. Let him breathe.
Right.
But I didn't trust him to open them up. I didn't trust his dirty, disgusting hands to touch the figures and touch the accessories.
He actually said to us, to Hawkins and I, touch them as little as possible.
That's like when you're 10.
Yeah.
When your friends come over, like
I've never said that to my own son. Yeah. Just don't touch that a lot. Just take photos and sell it to me. Don't touch it though.
So you're the type of collector that allows your son to put his doo-doo chocolate fingers on your collection?
Oh, my son has doo-doo chocolate fingers now,
Oh
Sam?
no, I just thought it.
You fucking doink-haired son of a
You
bitch.
do hate kids.
I thought it was genetic. I
You
thought
do
it was
hate kids.
I swear to God, Sam, I'll get Bianca Belair on your ass so fucking fast.
No, I don't need that. I don't need that. I thought it was genetic. That's my mistake. That's my mistake. I apologize.
Oh, that's genetic? Doo-doo chocolate is genetic?
I don't know.
Squash this beef. It's all good.
I'm
guys.
sorry,
It's all
Zach. He started it.
I'm gonna have to do another show with Swoggle after this.
Yeah.
But will you allow your son to put his very clean hands on your collection?
Oh, I don't have a collection anymore. I'm a goddamn grown-ass man. Half grown-ass man.
So.
No, you have that whole bin of bone crunchers at your house.
A lot of Muppet stuff these
And
days.
So here's a question I have for you, broski. What is the most expensive piece in your collection?
Expensive, like the most I paid for it, or the
Yep.
most that it's worth?
No, the most
Nope.
you paid.
Ooh, I think the most I paid for a single figure. You want me to say it right here?
I do. Yeah. Who likes numbers? Yeah.
He has never told me the exact amount.
What's the exact amount? The highest amount?
Are we talking about Greg?
No,
We're talking about
Greg.
Greg.
I got for a steal.
Steal, everybody.
Okay, well let's start there.
I didn't know there was one worse than that.
Down payment on a house.
You're talking. Wait, you're
But see,
talking.
look,
Steal.
You're talking Greg the Hammer
I bought
Valentine.
a huge lot from an ex-Hasbro employee. I spent a lot of money on the lot, but I kept what I wanted and sold the rest. So I broke even. That doesn't count.
No.
Okay.
He's saying how much did you pay?
How much did you
You
pay?
not
for
how
that?
much did you
avoiding
sell?
my-
How much?
That was the one with the 2-ups and all
Yeah,
that?
for the lot.
How much was the lot?
Keep in that my dad's here. Keep in mind that I kept what I wanted and sold the rest. So really, I made out on the deal.
You didn't, but go ahead.
No, I did.
You didn't make a profit.
No, no,
loves
no.
Hey,
fan-
Jamie Lee Curtis isn't
It's
going to
like
be
a
mad at you. It's
fantasy.
fine.
Yeah. It's a fantasy that he made out of it.
Right.
There's no proof of that.
$43,000.
Oh.
But wait, I got it all back though. I got it all. It doesn't count.
didn't
I
get
don't
it all
believe
back.
You got it all
I
back.
did.
$43,000?
But guys, I got it all back though.
How much do they pay you to sit in catering?
That could have fixed your wonky eye.
No, but I got it all back, so it was an investment.
Okay,
I
no,
don't know if
that's
you
right.
got it all back. You got some back.
No, I got it all back.
Every day that lot, you're like, I think I'm gonna keep the demolition. I think I'm gonna keep it's another thing. And I'm like,
I got it all back though.
So
And I
do you
kept what I wanted.
Do you sit there do you have to start moving things around at that point, or do you just sit there with a checking account for figures with $43,000 in it?
I already lined up potential buyers.
I see.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
you were prepared.
Yeah, so I didn't spend. I spent
Okay.
that, but I made it,
Okay.
and I got to keep what I wanted. I kept Greg the Hammer Valentine, the 2-up and the regular.
So you ended up getting a good deal
A
on the
hell of a
stuff that
deal.
you kept.
What a bargain!
What's the most expensive single figure?
Oh, I
cost?
thought we were done with this part.
Nope.
You're interested, right, Swag?
sweating.
This is Q&A.
Yeah.
he's sweating.
Whoa! I will. I bought a moon. Shut up, Haskell.
That plug is still not free, sir.
No, I bought a Moonbelly Kamala.
MOC.
MOC.
Oh, no.
MO.
And you're sure it's real, obviously.
Say it in that big ear.
Moon belly.
You fucking idiot. $11,000.
For one figure.
But it's Kamala with the
Hey,
moon.
who wants to let Kamala breathe?
No.
I thought that maybe while we were all here and gathered with our friends and everything, that we would shift things over to the Notsam wrestling way and maybe get to know the Major Brothers a little bit. Get to know the stories of Curt Hawkins and Zack Ryder a little bit. And yeah,
Whoa, what's the haps? We're
What's
doing
the
that
hap?
whole thing.
and start there.
Okay.
And start there and ask,
Okay.
especially.
My daughter, idiot.
Yeah, that was. That was. Who's Mackenzie?
He's not a good major mark.
No. What's the haps is the first question. Especially right now.
I'm proud as shit of this event, man. Thanks for everybody coming.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's pretty amazing.
I mean, we talk about it a lot in the podcast. You know, once upon a time ago, like the deepest, darkest secret that we had was that we collected wrestling figures.
Right, like when we first got called up to the main roster, we were 22-year-old kids. There's no way you could be like, hey, Undertaker, you want to be on the Major Wrestling Figure podcast? Like, no fucking
Yeah.
way.
So
And
that,
now we're doing a live show with you, Sam, here, New York City, Carolines.
yeah.
Pretty damn
And I mean,
cool.
look at the guests you guys have had on the podcast. You've had a whole bunch of the guys that are in the locker room. Like, let's be honest, Dean Ambrose probably would have been in that category when you first got here. If Dean Ambrose had been there when you first got there, you probably wouldn't have gone up to him and said, you want to be on my wrestling figure
Dude,
podcast?
okay, so you didn't listen. I did. And he told me, fuck no. Then, like, just that conversation jarred, just like what wrestling figures do, like, it jarred all these sentimental thoughts in his head, unbeknownst to me. So, like, weeks later, he said something to him, like, hey, I'd like to do that podcast. We're like, wait, what? What's going on here? And it just made him, like, all these memories that he hadn't thought about in so long were, like, flooding back to him. And even during the interview, you could see he's, like, almost getting emotional. It was
Even
kinda
after
crazy.
he was telling more stories about figures.
Yeah, the week after the interview, he goes, oh, man, after we talked, I thought about all this other stuff. I had this guy, and then I was like, it was crazy.
So what did you guys, what came first? Did you guys decide, okay, we can talk about figures around here because there's other figure fans in the locker room, because people don't think we're schmucks anymore because of this, or was it, fuck it, we're just going to do what we like?
A little bit of both, but
Yeah, I think the times have changed, you know?
yeah, big time. Times have changed. WWE has changed. Everybody's just more open-minded, you know, and loose about, you know.
We were like young little like babies. Everyone was grown ass men, you know?
Yeah.
Now we're 33, but we're still younger than what the guys were when we debuted.
I think a big thing is like we grew up with WWE being characterized in toys and video games and bed sheets, and it was like that. When we first started, the guys on the roster are older, and it wasn't like that, you know? It was like Raleigh Allen watching on black and white TVs as their kid, you know? So,
but now,
so it's a little different. So, like, we romanticized wrestling in a different way that they did.
Totally.
You know? So they couldn't see on our level.
And I think now, like, 99% of the roster, besides Mojo Rawley, like, grew up liking and loving wrestling and wanting to be a wrestler. So now it's a totally different time.
And it's a generational thing, right?
Absolutely.
Like, you guys all grew up with that same wrestling. Like, you know, we all are around the same age. We all grew up kind of idolizing, watching superstars of wrestling.
And you just hit it like the nail right on the head. We're all like the same age, as opposed to when we debuted, everyone was way older than us.
Yeah.
This was such a special night. I wanted to do something special for my friend Matt here.
Isn't that great?
So I booked a guest.
No way.
Your favorite wrestler of all time. The man that eliminated The Undertaker from the Royal Rumble with a drop kick. The winner of Tough It Up Season 1.
Oh, my God.
Maven!
It's Maven. I didn't know this was going to happen. There he is. He's here. It's really Maven. It's the real Maven. Oh my God. Maven. Yeah. Sit down, Maven.
What's up, Carolines? How you guys doing tonight?
Whoa!
I haven't had a reception like that in hours, so that felt good.
What?
Get the hell out! Are you really?
How do you think he feels?
Thank you.
I got goosebumps right now, Maven.
Get the fuck out of here.
To be honest, we just wanted to hear the theme music so you can go.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
That's all you wanted? Hey, it was worth it. Good night, Carolines.
Fuck, that song fucking rules, man.
Yo, and what's funny about that song, because I get asked about that song everywhere I go, and newsflash, I hate that fucking song.
What?
I know.
I'm thinking about on Monday, I'm going to go in and be like, hey, Kevin Dunn, can me and Ryder have that Maven song as our theme?
It's yours. It is yours.
That Maven song's on my gym playlist, like every time I work out, and that song comes out.
For real,
I do
if you're struggling, you want to get off that treadmill, you need that extra rep, put on the Maven theme. You're gonna stick it out.
And here is what is gonna show my age. I still have an iPod, so fuck all y'all. And also, I don't even own that song in my playlist. Swear to God. But I respect.
You're humble.
I respect it, and I'm here to give the truth and honesty. I have met more people that like that song, and thank you guys. I actually met the people that do the song one time, and I felt like the biggest asshole on earth because they came up and they're like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, what's up? And then they were like, yeah, how do you like our song? And I'm like, it's great. And they were like, well, you know it's your entrance music. I was like, I do now, thank you.
What have you been up to, Maven? It's been a long time since a lot of folks have seen you.
Well, I'm doing adult films now.
Okay. Congrats. Broski, you got to check those out.
Can I interest you in some WCW figures that vibrate?
No, actually, you know what? Transitioning from wrestling, it's a hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. It's tough. It's tough to go from being on TV each week, getting great receptions. Thank you guys so much. I am true.
Give it up for Maven.
Yeah, baby.
Everyone's gonna go on eBay tonight and buy your action figure, Maven, for sure.
Hey, you know what? If it would be great if it was back in the day when I saw a dime of that. But
well, speaking of which,
you do not have it. While you're doing whatever it is you're doing, which I hope isn't getting naked, you're touching me. You're touching me. No, I'm actually Sam. I'm working for the Brooklyn Nets now.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah, I work, so I'm local. I live in New Jersey, and I've been with them. Been with the team in the front office for a little a little under a year now, and I'm enjoying my time there.
That's
So,
amazing. That's amazing. So what do you got there?
It says, from Maven to Matt.
From Maven to
Is
Matt.
this mine?
Yeah.
Well, and to tell you guys the backstory, when I found out this guy was a fan of mine from back in the day, I was shocked and honored. So, hey, it's the least I could do. I don't have a clue what's in there,
So
but it's the least I could do.
All my friends and favorites I have signed figures of. Matt here has none. So I think he should start his collection right here tonight.
Yeah. Oh, it's
You guys think that's a good idea? Oh!
MOC.
Actually,
And
I
I'm
don't
a
even-
true pro.
I don't even have
Paint
that
pen.
one. I don't even have that
Yeah.
Am I going to sign it right here?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
To Matt, thanks for being such a fucking mark for me. Love Maven.
I'm going to write that.
Let's do it.
Oh, man.
I also have as a backup
Can you write best
your
wishes
first
to-
8x10.
Oh my God. What a handsome
Official
guy.
issue.
That's the worst picture I've ever taken.
What are you thinking about right here? Yeah, what's going through your mind right here?
I'm thinking that there's a little middle schooler named
Mike-
Matt.
Mike,
that probably is going to be a fan of mine.
Throw that mic at him while he's signing your
Here
figure.
we go. To Matt.
To Matt, you're such a fucking mark.
My number
But
one.
Your drop kick's nowhere near as good as mine was.
Oh, fuck no. My number one mark.
If you look at the old footage of like Zack Ryder when he's a kid at the Hogan signings and stuff like that, his face right now looks exactly the same.
Just add pimples.
There you go. Matt, like I said when I came out, this is the first time I've signed an autograph in hours. So there you go.
Look at
Very much, baby.
That's
What an-
beautiful.
what an
That is
addition.
beautiful.
Although,
Maven! Maven!
Maven.
Oh!
Whoops.
When you while we got you here, we got to get some more stories. You show up to the Royal Rumble, they tell you you're gonna eliminate the Undertaker.
Yeah. You want the behind the scenes
Yeah, let's
stories? on that?
walk us through that one.
Okay. All right. So at the time, I'm living in Cincinnati and working for Les Thatcher.
HWA.
Who smoked more weed than he coached wrestlers.
Oh.
And they
Learn something new every day.
And they called and said, we want you at the Royal Rumble. Of course, at this time, I didn't know what role, what position. Fuck, they might have wanted me to park cars. Hell, I don't know. The checks were clearing, so I would have did whatever.
How far removed are you from Tough Enough at this point?
Months.
That's right. Okay.
Months. This was, and if you look at old footage of that, it's before I even had trunks, and it's before I even had wrestling boots. I was out there in I want to say sneakers. True story.
Track pants, yeah.
Yeah, and track pants.
I just want to say you were my pick from week 1, Maven.
Get the Yo, dude, I already got a crush on you. I already got a man crush on you, so you got me. You got me.
I was more of a Nowinski guy, but we can keep going.
Don't get me started on that prick. Nah, he's a good dude. But anyway, so I get to Atlanta where the Rumble was, and this is true. They call me immediately down to the ring, and there's Shane. And they take me right up to Shane O'Mac and Taker. And I'm literally standing there. I'm a fucking child at this time. And I'm standing there like this, looking at Taker. And Shane looks at me. He's like, yo, Maeve, so Taker's going to come out, and he's going to shit can Lita. He's going to shit can Matt and Jeff. Your music's going to come out, and he's going to be looking around, and you're going to drop kick him in the back and eliminate him from the Rumble. Taker, no lie, looked at me, went, and said, what the fuck? I've never shit my pants as a grown man until that moment. And then later on, he was like, nah, kid, I'm kidding. But Taker knew one thing about the business that I wish every superstar knew, and that is, in order to progress the business, you got to make new talent. And that's all he was trying. He was trying to do not only a favor for me that night, but a favor for the business. And to this day, anything I got in wrestling, I owe to that man. Another quick story.
Go for it.
So that night, and I'm assuming everybody in here is Marks, am I right?
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean like next level marks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marks.
So when I
Not
say
a casual mark. Like.
gotcha. So
Major. All right.
So-
you're in a safe place.
okay, hold up. So when I say get color, what am I talking about? God, you guys are fucking marks. So the match called that night for me to get color, and in the business, if you want to get good color, you take aspirin. Right on time. Well, I'm allergic to aspirin, so Taker backstage tells me, you know, an hour and a half before we go out, he's like, "Yo, take a couple, baby aspirins to get thin your blood out." And I'm like, "I'm allergic." So he said, "Well, let's drink some Jack." So I'm out there. He's not feeling a thing because he's Taker, and I'm half, two sheets to the wind. I'm shocked as fuck that I actually hit the drop kick, but I'm glad I did.
So, was anybody else there that had a problem with you being the one that got to eliminate The Undertaker?
You know what? I'm sure a lot of people did, and God rest his soul. I love this guy. He turned out to be one of my best friends before he passed. Test.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
What?
dude.
That's Broski's other favorite wrestler ever.
Yo, give it up.
That's true.
Andrew Test, and me and him became good buddies later on. You know, after I got released, I did some, did some stuff with TNA back when they started, and then I worked for the Home Shopping Network, and they're, down in Florida. And when I moved down there, Test, was like, "Maeve, you're moving down. Stay with me in Channelside." And I was like, "All right." And he turned out to be one of my best friends before he passed. But he told me, he was like, "Yo, I fucking hated you, bro." And if you know Andrew, that was his personality. But I'm sure a lot of guys did. I know Saturn, I know he did. But it's just natural. The way I came in was different. And
the first one to do it.
all I was trying to do with the position that I came in with was just earn guys' respect. And I earned Bob Holly's respect, which that right there.
Whole thing sucked.
That right there was enough for me. And once I knew I earned his respect, and he saw that I respected the business, that I loved the business, and that I was going to do right by the business, then I knew everyone else, was either going to, come on and whether you're a fan of me or not, that's fine or whatever. But understand that I love what it is that I'm out there doing, and.
Can I just cut you off and say you're a very handsome man, Maven?
Hold on. Look at this. Look at him. Look at him.
I'm just getting. I don't even know what you're saying.
You have the
God
real
bless you.
scan R3 figure now. You can
man.
stare at it for the end of time.
God bless you.
I
God
don't
bless
even
you.
hear what you're saying. I'm just looking at you. Like, wow, he's a handsome man.
Not bad for a guy in his mid-40s.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, how did you react to that? I mean, I'm sure growing up, you had plenty of people that thought you were a handsome guy, but once you show up on MTV.
Hold on, let me cut you off. I grew up in fucking southern-ass redneck Virginia, where this was as black as anything they've ever seen. There was not many people that thought I was handsome growing up. I can guarantee you
It's
that.
probably those eyebrows he used to have.
Oh, yo. You're right about that. Stephanie McMahon nixed those.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
She pulled me, like one of my first weeks up at TV, she pulled me aside and she was like, "Yeah, Maven, the eyebrows, they gotta go." And looking back at old pictures, she was right.
But how did you react to the fact that you show up on MTV, you're getting a lot of girls and young Matt Cardona's attention? You show up on WWE, you're getting even more girls and young Matt Cardona's attention. Like, does that not inflate your ego? Do you not end up making mistakes?
Well, I mean, of course, I'd be a liar if I say it didn't inflate your ego. I mean, anytime you have people chanting your name, anytime you have people.
What does that sound like when you chant Maven's name?
Maven.
I wish I had my phone so I could record that.
We'll send you the clip, maybe.
No, I mean, that's going to inflate your ego.
Yeah.
But I would like to think that my mom raised me with enough, just respect for people to understand. My mom made sure that I always remembered where I came from. True story. My mom used to I was on Raw, And my mom used to give kids my numbers, and they would call me after Raw. And I would be like, Mom, you got to stop this shit. And she would be like, you got time for your fans. I'd be like, but I don't. I really don't. Me and Orton are trying to get to the next town. I can't talk to little kids.
Maven knew what Twitter was before any of us. Like now we all got Twitter mentions. It was Maven's phone going off.
It should have been me. But no, I hope anybody that meets me, I realize I'm never going to be, somebody as famous as John Cena or Rocky. We love you. But you know what? I'm never going to be the lowest guy. I'm somewhere in the middle, and I'm fine with that.
Swoggle's the lowest guy here tonight.
I'm fortunate to have the career I did. I'm humbled to have the career I did, and it would always go down as the best time of my life. And it's for people just like this. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, let's give another round of applause.
Yeah, I can't thank you enough,
Maven.
man.
Thank you,
You're the
Maven.
fucking best.
Thank you.
Hey,
coming
one
out
more
here.
time. Hit that Maven music.
I got here.
I like it.
I can see my fantasy. I'm so